Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Campman. Albert, cross-country championships at Boardman High, and we have some results.
Yep, congratulations to Elizabeth Spalding from Fitch and Nick Plant from Canfield, winner of the cross-country events. As a team, Canfield won the boys event, Boardman won the girls event. Championships coming up down the road. Hopefully that Nick and Elizabeth do well as they move forward.
Hey, I was never any runner.
No runner?
Even, I was, good shape because I played basketball and baseball and this and that. But in our college, he used to take us out preseason and run us. And he would have like a rabbit, like one of the cross-country kids. I'd be so far behind. and I wasn't in bad shape. Like that, go out there and try that because most of them have some heels.
Yeah. When you're running cross country, one of the keys is knowing the course, running the course, knowing when they run hard, when to make sure that you do not ever get lost. I've seen great runners come in. I said, how'd they come in third place? They took the wrong turn. They came.
Is it 3.2?
Yep, 3.2.
All right.
Also, local news: Canfield pitcher Landon Bielizhiskis going to Ohio State for baseball. Man, we've had some good baseball players in our area. He had a great record last year. George 9-1, 0.41 earned run average. I know that doesn't mean anything today. Earned run average.
Oh no. 9-1. Those 9 wins don't mean anything. I'd like to get these guys, take them out in the back.
Wins in the ERA don't count anymore.
No. Hey kid, great job. You're doing. I mean, the Scully speaks for itself.
It does.
And the ERA of 0.4.
90 strikeouts, 13 walks. That will keep people off the base pass for sure.
1 run every 18 innings. I like his chance. You think
I
win some games?
I'll win some games. Also, Brady Shannon from Ursuline became the all-time leading passer, passing Darrell Clark, who went to Penn State.
Yeah.
We had heard about Brady when they went to play Hickory, and the coach at Hickory said he's the best player he's seen on film. He was going to play against him. So that tells you something right there.
No, it did. I remember you saying, you talked to Billy, he said, man, they got a team, and this guy's special.
The quarterback's really special. Hubbard's really special also. Another victory, 48-13. They moved to 8-0 on the year. T.C. Caffey eclipsed 2,000 yards for the season. I have a feeling that Hubbard's going to be playing late and playing strong into the playoff rush.
See who they got Friday night? South Range.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both
they're both
very
good teams.
teams.
Yeah, they're both
and
awesome.
I've heard nothing but good about T.C. Caffey back to game 1. I had a buddy whose granddaughter's one of the dancers or something, and he said, oh, you should see this back for Hubbard.
How about that?
So it's not...
so it's out there how good he is.
It's out there, yeah.
That's good. United is having a tremendous year. They whooped Lisbon 35-6, 7-1 overall, 5-0 in the league. Congratulations to Grant Knight and Lincoln Urmson as they came through with a victory over Lisbon. The Matthew boys soccer team continues to roll. They clinched the Northeastern Athletic Conference title with a 3-2 win over Badger. That's their first conference championship in the history of the school, George.
Big deal.
Now, you're talking about a class. I was thinking about it. They said they completely turned it around from a couple of years ago when they didn't win anything.
Well, but that's where Bill is. That they had trouble fielding a football team. Now here they are with a playoff football team and a championship soccer team.
My first thought, because we happen to know Bill Bourne really well, is this senior class must be sensational. Because you're talking about soccer and football at the same time.
Yeah, and a small school.
Yeah, both being outstanding. So I'm thinking this is one of those classes coming through, senior, junior, sophomores, that Matthews has been waiting for a long time.
And they keep it going. Maybe they can build on this.
Yes.
And get some tradition.
I see that happen.
Going. Absolutely.
I see that happen.
But
no
well done. Well done.
Yep. George Callow, congratulations for taking that program winless 4 years ago and taking it to a 14-1 season this year. So that finishes our high school. We move into Youngstown State territory. Well, last we left you, they had a great win, and it paid off with Dimitri Crenshaw being named the newcomer of the year in the Missouri Valley. Anytime you get any award in the Missouri Valley, we want to tell you it's a big thing. That's countrywide. That conference is known as the best conference in the country. They beat Missouri State. Crenshaw had an incredible performance on the ground. I think he ran for 195 yards. Yes, George, and threw 2 touchdowns. The biggest one was a 73-yard touchdown that sealed the victory over Missouri State. What a win that was, coming off a tough loss with a 35-7 lead. Coach Phillips needed that. Now we'll see where else they head as they move forward into this tough league.
Talk about a league. That day, Bob Hannon told us on our radio show that they have 27 pros.
Right.
I knew the league was good. Don't get me wrong. I know North Dakota State. I know South Dakota State. I know Northern
Right down the
Iowa.
line, yeah.
But I didn't know 27 pros.
Yeah, I saw Goddard play at South Dakota State. I knew he was a big-time tight end. I saw Wentz play at North Dakota State. I knew he was big-time. I did not see Robinson play, and I think he came from Northern Iowa. And now he's the top back for Jacksonville. Scored a winning touchdown on Sunday. He ran for 70-some yards again. He's a top-notch back. But they have 24 others. They're all over the league playing. Congratulations to that league as they look to complete another national championship. They'll probably have to beat Stephen F. Austin again.
Sam Houston, Stephen F. Austin, James Madison.
James Madison, that's what I was thinking.
No, I saw one the other day.
James Madison.
Eastern Washington.
They're always good.
They had 70.
They're always good. They scored a lot of points.
They had 70. Well, opening game, didn't they take out? No, that was Montana that took out Washington.
East Washington was right there. They're playing somebody good.
That tells you. They have the red field. Have you ever seen the red field?
Oh, yeah, I saw the red field.
I was talking MLB. We have two series going on. I think they're both going to go. Now, I know that they're split. Let's talk Houston, Boston first. They split. First game, a lot of pitching. Second game, Boston has 9 runs in 2 innings, 2 grand slams. I don't know what vitamin Kike Hernandez is taking, but we should get some. Gee.
How about George saying a lot of pitchers in the first game, they had 9 runs? That tells you about the league.
That's how,
American League they're hitting the ball. Houston and Boston.
Hey, are those two different?
They hit the
Could those two?
They're completely different.
Like,
yes.
I'm watching.
One is a hitting series, the other's a pitching series.
Over under 7 in the one, you go under, you win. The other one's 9, you go over, you win.
Yeah, that's true, George. Good. That's a good line.
Wow.
And now they moved to Boston and that short fence in left field, so there's going to be some
Well, they be
pops
peppering
off
that ball off. Hey, I got to ask y'all too. I know he's 5'6". Mm-hmm. Remember how in the old days they said, just swing and meet the ball nice and easy? He didn't get that.
No, none of them do.
Does he swing like it's a pinata?
No, every single batter does it.
Jeez, he's
I wasn't surprised. If you were 4 foot tall today, you're still swinging full blast.
Can he?
And that's bad for baseball because he's the one guy that can do it.
Yeah.
So,
they think they can.
So everybody else can do it.
Yeah, that little guy for the Pirates.
They all think they can do it. Yes.
Hey, and Correa.
He's going to make a lot of money.
He's
gone.
Please tell me one thing right now so I don't get sick.
Him.
Please tell me.
Dodgers.
We're the Yankees.
No.
Please tell me now.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't, but that doesn't mean they can't. So.
Well, they had their Winnebago pitching last night. Did they hug him after 4 innings?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Because it was the longest home run in the history of the World Series. It almost went to the next county. Let's talk about Atlanta. $300 million payroll is looking vulnerable for the Dodgers. They're out of pitchers. Urias has no confidence, and they have no confidence in him. And I'm going to say it for the 1,000th time. You can show me any book you want. You can show me any analytic you want. They're not winning with that closer.
Yeah, Jensen has not been the same for a couple of years. He finished really strong this year.
Yes, he did.
But I agree with George. He's not a big timer. I don't care what they say. But they have Scherzer coming in the 9th inning, the pitch, and Reyes coming in the 8th inning. Those are 2 of their top starters.
Are they desperation moves?
I have no idea. I just think it's analytics.
Up above.
Yeah, I do. I believe it's analytics. Because I have no idea why. When you got Tan and
Tian, I know you mean.
Well, who's been the best?
Let me ask you. You're a baseball guy. I know this upsets
Love
you.
baseball.
I know this upsets you. I put your pet peeve down here in the notes. Guy goes 2 innings and they come in and kiss him.
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
Yeah, Sale goes 2 2/3, paid $30 million, and they hugged him like he pitched a no-hitter. I don't grasp. My dad taught me that when you're a starting pitcher, you're supposed to be out there in the 7th inning, the 8th inning, and then you might get a hug. I don't grab, but that's today's world. They're starting relievers in World Series in big games. They're pitching 7 pitchers every game. Yeah. The games are lasting 5 hours, and they wonder why no one watches them. I
can't stand Mad Dog Russo, but he just went off on that today.
Did he?
That 2-inning stuff, No,
that's a new thing. That's a new thing.
Managing from the night before, he said they're paying these managers 6. Like this poor guy for St. Louis, 17 in a row. gets in the tournament, has a Donnybrook going with the Dodgers. One lucky pitch. They fire him the next week. Philosophical differences. To me, that's short for he doesn't want them managing from the press box.
That's what it is. Steve, I heard Steve Phillips talk about inside information, and that's what they said you had to start.
Did he say that too?
Yeah.
So I'm not. I was guessing.
No, you have to use more analytics.
More.
And he said, "Yeah, I don't want to use more." And said, "You're going to do it. We're going to tell you what he's going to pitch the next night." And he said, "I don't want to do that." So he's out, and when that gets told, I don't think he'll get another job, because today's world.
He's 52.
It all has to do with
hey, paid his dues, scouted on the
all
way
has to
up.
do with analytics.
Minor league, $5 meal money, riding in it. There's subs. Next year, they're going to figure out a way in the minors to house these guys. That's how poor they're living.
Yeah, 25. Well, they put $25 million into R whatever it's called, the how you build a team.
Yeah.
25 million. So there's a lot of money they put into that. And they have decided that they were not getting it done in the converted minor league. They took about 13 teams, took it down to 6.
Yeah.
So they said, wait, we got enough money now that we can take care of these kids and put them in hotels. Because, for a long time, George, they were on their own, making $600.
We had that independent league of Butler. They stayed with families.
Yes, they did.
Because they weren't paid. This is different.
And they're not paid much anything. They aren't paid much. They're paid more now today.
Yeah.
But when I remember in the minor leagues when I was growing up, reading about them, $600 a month they were paid, and you had to find a way to survive.
Remember Rick Russell? He got so used to that when he got to the majors, he never cashed his meal money. He ate at Burger King or he ate at the clubhouse.
That's funny.
And saved all his meal checks.
Yeah,
because he never had any money.
Yep, you had to save. But you make it the major leagues, you're not big time.
Not these guys.
But the minor leagues, no, that's not a big time.
Remember, we talked to Matt Clement, the Butler.
Yes.
Butler basketball coach, pitched for the Padres, has a World Series ring. He's an All-Star. We asked him. He said, "What's the hardest thing about knowing you're done?" He said, "Nobody packing your bags, flying on charters." Basically
living the life, huh?
Living the life. Yeah. That's the word, the life.
Living the life.
He was living the life. Let's talk NCAA football. We knew this was coming in the Big Ten. We didn't know it would happen so quickly. But Iowa, who had been living off of, smoke and mirrors, 20 turnovers, 5 interceptions against Maryland, that's not going to continue. That's one of Phil Steele's big things. Those things even out. They evened out Saturday. And Purdue took names.
And Purdue's been playing good defense all year.
That's amazing.
And they didn't turn the ball over. And when Iowa doesn't get turnovers, their offense is just pedestrian. They're just that way. And that's been the Big Ten all along. I mean, there's a fine line between Nebraska and Michigan State. I mean, a super fine line. Michigan State's been winning games, getting out yardage by 200 a game. I don't think that can keep up either. I think they're going to get killed smack one of these games too. You can't keep getting beat 470 yards at 180 and winning games.
No.
But they are finding ways. And they're finding ways. But I think it's going to happen.
Well, then the leading rusher in the country going into Saturday, they struggled a little bit at Indiana.
Oh, no, that's not the word. I just said 497 to 190.
Oh,
they won with an interception.
Yeah.
They
absolutely.
They won with an interception, took it all the way.
Absolutely. But that kid was leading the country in rushing.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And he's
from Wake Forest, right?
Big games.
Is he fromAke Forest?
Yes.
No,
big games.
There you go. And Bama roars back. Did we see that coming?
Yeah. They're better than Mississippi State.
Are you of the belief if they went out and if they play Georgia in the title game, which they will, if they win, they're both in?
Yes.
How about if Georgia beats them again? They're out.
Alabama's out.
And that's probably what Cincinnati better hope for.
Yeah, that's the hope of.
Because Ohio State's going to play leapfrog, right? They're going to go.
That's our thought.
Penn State.
Both of us are thinking
Michigan State. Michigan.
Both of us are thinking that Ohio State's that good, that they can still do that.
That's what I think.
Yeah, so do I.
I mean, I'm looking at their schedule, and I'm telling me that if Cincinnati's big win is, Notre Dame's decent right now with one loss, that makes them look good. If they lose again, it'll take some luster off because the Indiana win is now
it's average at best.
It means nothing, right?
Yes.
Georgia show. Did you see Kirby Smart called time? I'm sorry, the Kentucky Stoops called timeout to score a touchdown down 30-6.
Did he really? I told you, the egos are out of control all over the world.
Do you have a thought on that? Or
I have no idea why he did it. I have no. I mean,
look bad. Well, I know why he did it to me. It beat me, but I mean.
But I have no idea why, though. I mean, I don't
Does
understand.
it look better 30-13 than 30-6?
Not in my mind. No, because I know what the score. I know what happened.
Yeah.
If it was 30-13 going to
See,
the fourth
I was
quarter,
in the den messing around. I thought the game was over.
I have no idea.
Then I
why.
just heard a guy calling in complaining about it. They get in an argument on a talk show about. The guy said, "If you score, that's fine, but you don't call timeout to score." That's what he said. It was
Gotcha.
The old
Yeah, I don't
Washington.
grasp. I don't grasp it.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't grasp it either.
Let it end.
Let it end. Jeez.
Hey, let's talk about this. This takes some guts or nerve or knowledge how good the second guy is. You benched the preseason favorite for the Heisman at Oklahoma.
I'm thinking he wanted to do that all along. I truly believe that he was holding on as best he could. At that, everybody saw how
So
good
he's
this kid
seeing it
was.
practice, and he's saying, if we get behind 3 touchdowns,
If he hadn't
at
seen how good he
Texas-
was, he would have never put him in.
So you thinking he saw that in practice?
He saw it in practice every day.
Then he said, Texas, that was
Now's
his
the
chance.
time to do it.
They were
right?
getting spanked.
Yep.
I got to tell you about Clemson. I didn't think they were very good, but I said, Friday night I'm not doing anything. I had a high school game on the radio, and I put down the sound and I watched Clemson-Syracuse. I'll be shocked if Pitt doesn't beat them Saturday.
Well, Pitt's favorite. That's all you got to know.
Shocked. How many?
3.5.
Oh,
Yeah, Pitt's favorite. Clemson's defense is really good, though.
Yeah.
So they're really good. They're so lousy offensively.
Lousy.
That's how you see it.
Now this DJ Ukulele,
Yes.
who said he was the top
I
quarterback
know.
in the
And
country?
he showed it against Notre Dame last year, but this year he hasn't done it.
No, he's
That's
done
the truth.
nothing. No. I said Orgeron was done, man. We
You
were
called
right
that one.
on. They must have negotiated a buyout last week, but before you have a benefit for him or a GoFundMe, they owe him $17 million.
Yeah. He's happy to go. His pressure got to him.
I bet you he's eating Tums.
I just
See what happened. He got in trouble off the floor the other day. See, he hit on this lady, pregnant blonde. He hits on her at the gas station. Here, her husband's one of the trustees.
That's not good either. So
Never-
he's making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, he's made
The
mistakes.
big
often.
thing is, it's one of the things that on our show
And
that
9
I
and 8.
really hit.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
success
Yeah.
is much more difficult to handle than adversity.
Yeah.
And he thought he was the king. And he became somebody that's kicking people out of his office, doing things he never did before.
How about the record since the championship, too, 9 and 8? And you know that was lucky. You and I talked about how lucky Belichick was. He didn't know how good Brady was. They didn't know how good Burrow was.
No.
Or he wouldn't have been there. He'd have been somewhere else.
Right. He had Burrow and he got Brady, the offensive
Yeah.
coordinator,
Yeah.
and Valencia, the head coach of Baylor right now. All three of them he brought in, and they all hit on all
Hey, you
cylinders.
mentioned the guy at Baylor.
Doing a great
doing
job.
fantastic.
But they said he was a great coach, and he was the defense coordinator then. So they had 15 pros, which is
Yep.
unheard of. Burrow, like you mentioned, it all came together at once, and it turned out to be one of the greatest teams ever.
Yeah. But 9 and 8 since.
And he has never, and they say he never coaches anything. He's always let the coordinators run the show.
Delegates.
Yep. And
Okay.
but he thought it was him. And when you
Okay.
think it's you,
No, you're getting.
you get yourself in trouble.
Texas still the same? Are you ready to admit he can't do it yet? Or
No,
you think
no.
just too
They're
soon?
playing good football.
Playing good, just not
They're
winning?
they've won. They beat teams I thought they should have beat. Oklahoma they had beat that which was
Should beat Oklahoma State.
and they had Oklahoma
They
State.
were had.
Now both these teams are ranked teams.
Yeah.
So it isn't like
Hey, here's
Texas.
something coming up Saturday. They said they think it's the first time ever. The ranked team, Oklahoma State, is getting points from a 2-loss Iowa State. Tells you that the bookies know something.
They think they do, but they had Oklahoma State as underdog against Texas too. So
How'd that work?
It didn't work out. I just see that in Texas they have to go out and recruit defense.
I got a funny story for our audience. My buddy the other day said he has Oklahoma State, and another guy was sitting there and he says, what would make you take Oklahoma State? He goes, I was watching TV and Stoops picked them. He said, I can either listen to Abraham Encampment or Stoops. He said, who you listening to? I said, wait a minute. We've had a lot of good.
That was good.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I got a charge out of it.
I like it.
Arizona State beaten badly. I had Utah on my season total list, and I had put a line through it. The line's not through yet. They look good.
Not done yet.
No, Arizona State's, they murdered him a second
I
half.
know they did. We'll see what happens. The
Yeah.
change quarterback should have helped them a little bit.
He quit, Al.
That
The
helped.
guy quit Monday.
That helped a lot.
They had that overtime thing where you put the ball in the 2 against San Diego State. Flintstone beat him.
Right.
He quit Monday.
Yeah, that's the way it happens, huh?
Yeah, it's not much for
Today's
hanging
world,
in
that's
there.
what's going
Is it
on.
much for hanging
No,
in
they're
there?
not hanging anymore. No.
Big Ten, really, next few weeks. I still think Ohio State's going to run the table. You do too?
Yeah, I said it already. It's no question.
All right. Cincy wants Power Fives to lose. That's all they want.
Yeah, a lot of teams do. There's teams out there that are still hanging on. Ohio State's one of them. Ohio State needs people to lose too. Notre Dame wants people to lose. And Cincinnati is the one that really.
But I think Ohio State has the path in front of them. Michigan State, Penn State.
Yes.
Where another team, Cincy, they can't do anything about it. They're playing Tulsa.
You think if Cincinnati goes undefeated and Ohio State doesn't lose again, they'll jump Cincinnati?
I really do.
Okay.
I kind of hope they both. I'd like to see the little guy get a shot. But if you let's look at your wins: Notre Dame, Indiana. Let's look at my wins: Penn State, Michigan State.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I watch Oregon and I try to figure what they were doing.
Oregon's still in there too. They're not
one
out either.
loss.
They only one loss too. They're still in there.
Have you ever seen a year? You and I go back pretty far. Nobody wants the Heisman.
Yeah, I don't know who's getting
Let me
this.
tell you, if you were putting a few dollars down now in Vegas, who would you?
I have no idea.
I don't either. The Alabama, they're not going to give it to a freshman unless they have to.
Yeah, it's wide open, no question about that.
Pitt quarterback, I think had they started last June, giving out little trinkets or whatever they do, but I just think they waited too long.
Yeah, he's not getting it. I mean, he's a great player, and we both love him, but there's no chance.
Saturday, a big game, Clemson, though.
No chance in Heisman for Pitt, though. Today, there's no chance for him.
No. Let's talk NFL. Browns, not only were they beaten at home, that's okay. They got beat up. They have 2 runners out and Mayfield. And guess what, Al? They play Thursday night. I thought they played Pittsburgh next. Pittsburgh's next game is Cleveland. Cleveland plays Thursday night. They're killing Mayfield. They're killing him.
Yeah, and the offensive line is supposed to be the strength of their team.
Yeah.
So he's getting hit a lot for some reason with the offensive line. If your line doesn't block, quarterback looks bad. It's going to be like that forever. Never change. They block good. Quarterback looks great. Mayfield's getting beat up, as George said.
And here's one. There was some kind of little buzz the other day. Cincinnati, was going to Detroit going to get. That's Detroit just as bad. Did you hear him lay out his quarterback?
No, you said that to me. You told me you did.
I don't know. Al, he's not long for that.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that
he's not long.
The game they lost 2 games a week before. Lost twice because of the game before.
Absolutely.
That was a hard game for Detroit.
No. You say that. I remember you said it. How could they be up again?
Yes.
Like my buddy said that about Texas last week after blowing that game to Oklahoma. How could they be up again?
Mm-hmm. It's really tough to do that. It is.
Steelers OT. Seattle without Russell Wilson's not Seattle, but still.
No, you're paid to win games. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Except for the upper elite, the Buffaloes of the world. Mm-hmm. The middle of the pack, you're just trying to get into playoffs.
Absolutely.
You're trying hard.
Absolutely.
And it's every week's a hard win. Just ask Miami when they play Jacksonville. Ask Baltimore when they play Detroit. Baltimore locked out on that. It's every week. Try to. One week Baltimore looks like they're $1 million.
Yeah.
And the next week they don't. That's just the way it is in the playoffs.
Dallas overtime in New England. Bad enough they cover it. They get a out and out 6-pointer. You had told me somebody snuck out, and I looked at the film and I was trying to figure out who was guarding him. Somebody missed an assignment.
They play action pass.
Because they would have kicked the field goal.
Because most people kick field goals in. So I like it. We always said, take one shot.
I'll take one shot.
Instead of trying to miss a field goal, which they all do.
I'll take one shot.
They all miss field goals.
Jacksonville, the first win in New England. Let me assure the NFL of something. Can I assure them of something? If they keep playing at 9, I'll never see the game.
No, we don't see that game.
Al and I just get the score of the 9 o'clock game.
Yeah, we don't
That's
see that
a little.
game. No question.
That's a little easy.
No
KC
question.
bounced back. Washington, whatever that defense was, somebody forgot to tell the other teams.
There's an example, though, as George
there.
brings it up. Washington was ahead at halftime. So, you think, Kansas City's going to really. No, Washington dropped 2 touchdowns in the second half where that game's down to the wire.
Hey, Minnesota, last second win. Did they have a knack?
They find a way to
either
win
or lose.
They do, don't they, George? All the time.
Kirk Cousins is going to be out on the market, I think.
Again?
He's done those 2 times now.
Yes.
Where he's kind of better on himself. Green Bay rolls Chicago. We kind of expect that. Green Bay beats Chicago in their sleep. But Rodgers, these guys are heckling him in the end zone. He ran one in, which he doesn't do much.
Uh-huh.
And I guess this old lady's giving him the double bird. And he screams out, he says, "I own you. I've always owned you."
Oh, jeez.
And that doesn't, not that he's not confident, but I never heard that.
Pretty sad.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Hey, the Rams come east and roll. The poor John. Imagine,
Another team
I'm
beat
going to
up.
ask you.
Another team beat up.
Imagine if you were a Giant fan, would you just be about at the end of your rope?
Yeah, it's really tough. And
It's every year.
Yeah, and this year I thought they'd be better, but they have all three receivers out.
Galladay's out.
No, all the receivers are out.
And
all of them are out.
Saquon's out.
They're all out.
Oh,
And I didn't count Barkley out.
Oh.
And I didn't count Jones half
They have
speed.
no chance.
No, they're beat up. And sometimes you just get injured. You
They have no
you can't do anything about
chance.
it. No.
Hey, what's this down 30 go for 2? What is that?
Once again,
Detroit did it.
I have
and
no
the
idea. I have no
Giants
idea
did it.
why they do it.
I get when you're down 8.
Just kick
If you got me down 8, I think you could sit me here long enough and convince me.
Yeah, just kick
Down
it.
30, I don't want to hear
Just
it.
kick it.
Just kick it and get out of there. Get done. I'll tell you what I did see, though. You want an NFL not for long? Keep going for 4th and 1 in your own 18.
You know what's interesting, George? When I was coaching football, I was taking out the head joke. Number 2 on my list, on my second, what I would do different than any other coach, go for it on 4th down and 1 in my own territory. I would do
18?
it anywhere. I do it every time. And if I cross midfield, this is on my
I
list.
get that.
No, I do both. That's what I said. I believe I want the ball. I don't want to give the. I think in today's world, you give the ball to the other team anywhere they can score. It's not like if I punt the ball down the other 20 in the
inside
old
the
days.
10 or something, yeah.
I truly see. I want the ball.
Well, remember, too, in the old days, they wouldn't pass from inside the 10, and you knew
I
it.
do all the time.
Now they're in a shotgun.
Yeah. No.
No.
So I'm on the other side of that. I'm going to try to keep the ball
Well, the guy for
and try to win the game.
the Chargers tried
I'm gonna try to
yesterday
win.
and didn't
And
make it.
he's got all the accolades of being the
Analytics
great
man.
coach. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
NHL regular season starts. Penn's off to a good start.
Better start good than bad, right?
That's what I said. The guy goes, "Oh, it's early." I said, "Yeah, but I'd rather have 5-0 than 0-5."
Yeah, no question.
We always kid about that. He'll go,
It's the truth.
It's only the second quarter. I said, "Yeah, but I'd rather have the 17 than the 2."
The truth.
All right, miscellaneous. We got about 3 minutes. The NBA and hockey, they have to do something. If they want their fans to get serious, the hockey started last week. NBA starts tomorrow night. Does anyone even plug into Christmas?
One thing about us, we're not niche fans, but I'll tell you what, the Penguins are going to sell out their arena.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all they don't really care.
No.
They got niche fans. Our
No.
producer
Yeah.
over in Pennsylvania,
Oh, he's nuts.
no, he's going to watch every game.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to.
Yeah.
So it's not too early for him. He wants them to start earlier.
Yeah.
For us, though, it's too much.
WNBA. I watched the game the other night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. What can I say? There's a little bit of post play.
I saw Chicago won
You
it.
don't get in the guy. Yeah, the Chicago won.
Mm-hmm.
We talked
Candace
about.
Parker.
Yeah, but she wasn't the MVP.
But I'm talking about
That's her team.
But it's her team, though. Yeah, it's her team.
But Phoenix has Taurasi and the
beat
big girl
Taurasi.
from Baylor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
good win for Chicago.
Hey, she posted up there. They took one step and crammed it.
Yeah,
First time I've seen
she's something
it.
else. Huh?
Brittany
The Quigley
Grant.
girl can really shoot it for Chicago. I
Yeah.
know she can fire. I think she's
We talked about the football. The refs are ruining the games.
For me,
Too many flags.
I can't take it.
Could they do a better job? Here's how you know. You say that, and it sounds like, but yet in the Super Bowl, they don't do that. The game's great.
Playoffs. The playoffs are there's no
Yep.
flags at all. I don't understand it. You cannot watch a game unless there's a flag on every play.
Hey, the Tennessee game, now, we have a lot of fun. We laugh. You can't throw golf balls.
They're sickening.
They're
sad.
The other day, this guys laughed about it, and I know they got reprimanded in their headset because they changed their tune about halfway through. The guy
You
goes,
can't laugh at anything.
Now, I don't like Lane
Somebody's
Kiffin.
hurt.
I don't like Lane Kiffin.
Right.
You
And
don't
I
throw
do.
a golf
I
ball
do.
at the
It's-
man. You don't throw a golf ball
I
at
can't
the man.
understand why you throw it at anybody.
No.
You don't
But
do anything.
how about a mustard jar? Who takes a mustard jar to the
Unless they're
game?
playing it on, huh?
It makes you think.
Oh, I think so. I do think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No question.
Absolutely. Last minute, talk about, just caution our audience. I know most of them are smart guys and gals. Don't listen when these people say they are 88% and they hit all these games. And the truth of the matter is, you can win any contest with 54.
Yeah, no question.
That's how hard it is.
Yeah.
So when you're watching this daily wager, Cal Hurd's at 40%.
Yeah, they all are.
Like, just remember that and have fun with it. But please don't think they know more than you do, because if they did, they wouldn't tell you anyway, because it'd move the line.
True.
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.